Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live on Channels Television from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our main stories. President orders security services to track down masterminds and perpetrators of Nyanya bombings. Organizers and participants at the World Economic Forum receive firm assurance of effective security in the federal capital, Abuja. Women continue protest for a third day in Abuja, calling for the release of schoolgirls abducted from Chibok in Borno State. And at least 38 people lose their lives in a fire in an official building following violence in the southwest of Ukraine city. Now, all our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTv.com, and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Please interact with the Channels I-Withness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures, and videos. Now, from the pictures sent to the Eyewitness platform, authorities are able to key into the concerns of citizens and ensure that necessary changes are made. Now, also the increasing acceptance of the channel's Eyewitness viewers is a demonstration of improving news coverage. Now, our correspondent, Oroluwa Shonibare, reports on how pictures sent in by you, our viewer, are improving the way news is told.
We lead with pictures of the May Day bomb blast that again rocked the Nyanya axis of the Federal Capital Territory, leaving death and destruction in its wake. A sad occurrence that must be tackled, and hopefully this image of an American soldier lending tactical support to the Nigerian forces is a step in the right direction. Another sad event occurred during the week, but this time in Friday, Lagos State, where this baby was discovered abandoned. Unfortunately, it did not survive the ordeal. Other pictures of flooded streets at the entrance to the First Bank in Mowe, Ogun State, and near collapsed electric poles in various areas of the country make the channel's Eyewitness platform list. Remember this photo we aired earlier of a fire incident that was blamed on the road construction at Alagbole in Ogun State? Well, a follow-up to the area led Channels Television to get more insight on how the residents are feeling.
It's not been easy. Understand? I thought there would have been at least an alternative route for buses and bike or those tricycle to carry people across. But the way it is, it's not been easy for us.
What I really understand is that they have to be put more power so that they can be able to complete it fast, so that they can be relieved.
I'm not happy. I'm bitter. I'm not happy at all about the situation, about what we are passing through. Every day I trek here. Every day when I'm coming back from work, I trek. If I'm going, I trek. You understand? And there's no security. You know what it means? Even according to the management, they say they will provide alternative of making a way so that it can be able to convenience for people. But up till now, they even placed their listing there, their notice there. But up till now, we have not seen anything done. There's nothing coming out from that. At least they should try and do something. We know they are trying, but the time being now, we all just have to bear it.
One of man's biggest problem is the bystander effect. So get involved by sending your pictures to the channel's Eyewitness platform and change your world. Oroluwa Shonibare, Channels Television News.
Well, Abuja residents are not the only ones reacting to the latest blast. The United States Embassy has strongly condemned the violence. The embassy has described the attack as one not only targeting innocent people, But a democratic nation, it said lawless violence and intimidation have no place in a democracy. It says, quote, our thoughts are with the families and loved ones of those who were killed or injured in this heinous act. And we continue to stand with the Nigerian government and people as they face the threat of violent extremism. We're over to Abuja studios now, where Linda Akigbe is standing by for more on the news at 10.
Thank you, Sulaiman, and welcome to the nation's capital. Concerned women and relations of over 200 secondary schoolgirls abducted on April 14 in Chibok, Borno State, have asked the government to seek foreign assistance towards the girls' rescue. The women who reconvened at the Unity Fountain in Abuja to push for concerted efforts by government to rescue the young girls insisted the government is treating the issue with levity. They say they remain resolute in compelling the government to do all it can to rescue the children. It's day 3 of a protest by concerned Nigerians who are demanding the release of the abducted schoolgirls by militants in Borno State. At about 3:30 p.m., they made their way to the Unity Fountain and finally settled down for deliberations of the day.
Regular pass of life.
Again, they demand the rescue of the abducted girls and several others in the captivity of Boko Haram sect members. They called for the cooperation of external agencies in bringing back the girls to their parents.
Multiple levels of action may be necessary. There's the local, there's the national, there's the sub-regional, there's the regional, and then there's the global. If the assessment of our intelligence community is that we do need a level of sophistication that is not within our national capabilities, by all means, let's get the support we need from global players. What these mothers are saying is we just want our daughters.
We've been brothers of other countries, haven't we? Helped solve their problems, their wars and their unrest and everything in other African countries. It's our turn now. We need the support of others. We can't always be big brothers. The big brother needs help now.
And many say the priority of government at the moment should be how to protect the lives of young Nigerians. This was how some young girls reacted to the security situation in the country.
I really don't know what our country is turning into, but I just want to plead with the government and also non-governmental organizations to please help us find where these girls are, because these are future leaders. They are just like us, so please let them help us out, because it's really sad.
Mothers are suffering and they're in terrible pain. Some of them are already dead, while some are in the hospital without knowing what to do, having their daughters beside them. It's so bad.
The protesting women are not alone in the fight for the rescue of the children. Officials of the Nigeria Labour Congress pledged to put pressure on the government until the girls are released.
That is an attack on all Nigerians. You know, the principle of trade union movement is an injury to one is an injury to all. But it's not just an injury to one, it's an injury to 200 girls. So it's an injury to the entire human community.
These women and relations of the abducted girls promise to continue their protest at the same venue until the girls are rescued by the government. Meanwhile, a group of sympathizers has converged on New York in the United States to campaign for the release of the 234 schoolgirls abducted from Chibok in Borno State. In the public demonstration, the protesters, comprising people from all walks of life, made an impassioned call for the girls' release, counting down their numbers. Our correspondent Benga Shiru reports from New York.
Bring back our girls! 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 Bring back our girl number 113! Present! Girl number 114! Present! Girl number 115! Present! Come 214! Present! Girl 215! Present! 219! Present! 220! Present! 221! Present! 122! Present! 31! Present! 132! Present! 133! Present! 134! Present!
Bring back our girls! To New York, these people have no direct linkage to the missing 234 girls, but their veins and their heart cries out for the abducted 234 girls, and that is why they have converged here in solidarity to press home their demands for the federal government of Nigeria to fight for the release of the 234 missing girls. From New York, Benga Ashiru reporting for Channels Television News.
53 out of the 276 students of Government Girls Secondary School Chibok, abducted on April 14, 2014, have been rescued. This figure was given by the Borno State Commissioner of Police, Tanko Lawan, and the State Director of the Department of State Security, Ahmed Abdullahi, at a joint news conference in Maiduguri, the state capital. In their words, and I quote, "So far, we have established that no fewer than 276 girls were abducted at the Government Girls Secondary School, Chibok, on April 14 by suspected Boko Haram terrorists. Out of the 276, 53 female students have been rescued, while 223 are still missing and suspected to being held in various parts of the state." End of quote. The Commissioner of Police said the latest figures were arrived at after investigations by the police, DSS, and the Nigerian Army, which analyzed information gathered from parents and relatives of the abducted girls, community leaders, school officials, local government authorities, and the Borno state government. According to him, the exact figure of those abducted was not given earlier because students from other secondary schools within the catchment area, covering schools at Ige, Lassa, Ashigashia, and Warabe, were sent to GGSS Chibok for their final year examinations due to the peculiar security challenges in Borno State. Mr. Lawan also gave out special telephone numbers that can be used by parents and well-meaning Nigerians to give out useful information that would lead to the rescue of the girls. He reiterated the commitment of all the security agencies and the military to rescue the girls. More funding of the judiciary and a review of the retiring age of judges from 65 to 70 years in order to maximize the experience for effective justice delivery was the main thrust of opinions at the valedictory session in honor of the retiring customary Court of Appeal judge in Plateau State, Justice Sabo Buge. Lawyers and other judicial officers solicited more funding and improved infrastructure for the development of the judiciary.
It does look like a court in session, but in reality, it is a special joint sitting of the High Court, the Sharia Court of Appeal, and the Customary Court of Appeal of the Plateau Judicial Division. The gathering of judicial officials and legal luminaries is in honor of retiring judge of the State Customary Court of Appeal, Justice Sabo Buge. Well, even though the learned judge has attained the mandatory retirement age of 65, some of the senior lawyers believe that it is rather too soon.
This with pain that we see a man with these qualities, sterling qualities, leaving the service of the nation at the time actually we needed this experience most. We are really considering, now we have the National Dialogue Conference going on, the National Assembly considering further amendment of the Constitution, that the retirement age of our judges should be increased.
Aside from keeping judges on the bench a little longer in order to take maximum advantage of their wealth of knowledge, a little more funding for the judiciary is also a critical factor.
The judiciary should immediately constitute a monitoring committee that will be saddled with the responsibility of closely monitoring the progress of work on sign. This is because we are inclined to believe that the current situation is occasioned by the construction company and not the government. However, in the event that we are wrong, I must respectfully call on the Honorable Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice to facilitate the immediate release of funds for the work to commence in earnest for the governor to realize his dreams within the short time left. Another issue of great concern to the branch is the dilapidated condition of our courtrooms. Some in Jos, within Jos, but mostly outside the Jos metropolis.
It is said that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. If justice is to be dispensed promptly and with integrity, then an enabling environment in terms of efficient manpower, proper infrastructure, and better welfare are extremely essential.
When the news at 10 returns, financial markets reopen, Naira up against major currencies. That's in business news. Do join us again.